Just for a minute, let's do a thought experiment. Let's set aside all the emotion and consider whether the evangelists for open marriage might have a point. Most marriages in America do end in divorce, so maybe adding other lovers to the mix could improve the odds. To test this extremely controversial theory, we sent ABC's Nick Watt into the home of what's known as a polyamorous family.
Yep. There are 3 in that bed, and the little one said...
We're happy that you came over early.
Yeah.
Because we just wanted to see you more than...
Michael is married to that lady, Kamala.
When you called me and you're like, we're in Jamaica, I was like, that was the moment where I was like, oh, I miss you guys.
They've been happily married for 12 years, but Michael just went away on vacation, a 10-day Caribbean cruise, with the other lady on the left, 27-year-old Rachel, his live-in girlfriend. This loving trio are what's called polyamorous.
One of my favorite things since we've all lived together is actually the fact that we do morning exercise. Like, it's so improved my life because
And your butt.
Yeah.
Rachel moved in 6 months ago.
I saw Michael lit up and I saw him happy.
If my wife saw my face light up when I looked at another woman, she'd be pissed.
She's probably threatened that you'd leave her for that other woman. And if you're, monogamous, that's your only option, right?
They're into tantra, meditation, yoga, all that stuff. There's a whole vegan-y, free love vibe going on.
We have a lot of sex and a lot of sex partners over the years.
They call what they have a pod, like dolphins. They practice safe sex and total honesty.
So that first rule is really about making sure that we've created the space in order to have the conversation.
Crazy Californians, I hear you mutter. Maybe not. This kind of relationship is becoming increasingly common.
The divorce rate in the United States is over 50%. People are not staying nearly as faithful as they used to.
Really?
Absolutely, because the world has become a much smaller place. We can seek out connections. There's dating sites on every street corner. You can go anywhere to meet somebody new.
More open relationships might be a modern way to make it work. Monique admitted to Barbara Walters in 2010 that she and husband Sidney have something of an open marriage.
Do you and Sid have sex outside of the marriage?
I have not had sex outside of my marriage with Sidney. Could I have sex outside of my marriage with Sidney? Yes. Could Sid have sex outside of his marriage with me? Yes. That's not a deal breaker.
Is this in our future? Societal acceptance of something other than monogamy?
Polyamory is not about being swingers. It's about creating love and lasting relationships.
Taking aside the whole sort of robes and lotions kind of, side of things, everyday life.
We share life together. I've got a son. It takes a village to raise a child, and it feels really good to have that kind of support.
With a broom to sweep the room, and we'll have fun until we're done.
And here is the child they're raising together, 6-year-old Devon.
I'm also grateful for this loving family that lives here.
So how do you explain this to him?
He understands the word polyamory. He understands what that means. He doesn't really know what sex is.
Right.
Yet. When
he goes to school and 10 years he brings dates home, this is probably going to be a little complicated for him, and I'm not sure if the parents are thinking down the road about that.
And the family tree is a little tricky for even an adult to understand. Michael and Kamala, of course, live with Rachel.
Are you just accepting Rachel because you don't want to lose Michael?
That's a really good assumption, because a lot of people would look at this and they'd say, oh, okay, she's younger and I have to put up with that. But what I've noticed is she's really enriched my life.
Watching your spouse having sex with somebody else.
Sure.
It's not really my bag, I've got to say.
It's not my bag either. No.
And Rachel also has another boyfriend, Mikey, who lives in Florida. And she has a girlfriend called Thalia, as well as another male lover called James, who is also romantically involved with Kamala.
Monogamy can be a really beautiful agreement between people when they're deeply in love and they don't have desire for another. But most people in our society are just monogamous because their vows said, I will forsake all others for you.
Kamala, by the way, also has a girlfriend of 2 years called Roxanne.
So she came over.
No, it's the Meister way in the play.
We did. It was so fun.
Oh, and Kamala had a fling over the summer with one of Michael's co-workers, guy named Jason. And then there's Tal and Jennifer, a couple who lived with Michael and Kamala for 2 years.
We're actually hoping to enlarge our community and potentially even get a hotel. We've considered that, where we'd have a hotel that would be a polyamorous hotel. So that's part of our future dreams.
That's very much what I see in my future. Yeah, is living in a house with all of our lovers combined.
A good reality TV show.
It is. Polyamory, Married and Dating has aired 2 seasons on Showtime, focusing on that fourple.
We do all the things that any other family would do, except we have 10 lovers.
And way beyond.
Roxanne's my girlfriend. Last year, I was really possessive, but I learned how to share her with Michael.
But why did they agree to lay out their love style for all the world to see? Well, they're spreading the gospel of polyamory, hoping to speed up societal acceptance of this kind of setup.
I really think that society in 10 years is going to be like, this is a new paradigm.
You think this is going to become quite normal?
Absolutely. It is quite normal already. It's just not out of the closet yet.
Bravo!
I'm Nick Watt for Nightline in San Diego.